That's the Gold Rush mural. So that's my mural. So when I say my mom or my grandparents used to say, Billy, what when you grew up you could have a mural like that. I didn't want a mural like that.
A mural like the guy shooting
yeah,
the gun. Yeah,
but I didn't ever dream that there would be a mural on the Shankill Road for me. So it goes back to a story in 1969 when the government, the British government, was wanting to depopulate the lower Shankill Road and bring it into a city sector. Essentially, they started knocking all the row homes down, and I felt if they depopulate that area, it's going to be a safer environment for people going into the city. So one day, I look across the street and the builders are knocking down the houses, but they stop for the day and go home. And I look over and it's a 2-story house with an attic, and there's a fireplace that goes all the way up. And I say to my sister Isabel, I'm going to climb into the fire, into the chimney. I'm going to climb all the way up. When I get up there, I'll tell you what I see. Okay? I'm 6 years old. 6, maybe 8. Anyway, I do it. I climb all the way up, and I'm covered in soot by the time I get up to the top. But I tell Isabel, can't see anything. It's rubbish. Shouldn't have done it. But on the way down, I see this box, and I reach for the box, but it's just so heavy. And long story short, I got it down. I simply closed myself and I fell 20-something feet, cutting my knees and elbows, but I had that box. And I got it opened, and I had taken it inside the house, I know 4 times, because my mom says that she kicked me out of the house 4 times because I was so dirty from the soot. But I got it open, and there was £400,000 worth of solid gold sovereigns dating back to Queen Victoria. That's millions today. So here I am as a young boy with a treasure.
And you found it in a chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This home belonged to 2 Jewish sisters, and for whatever reason they kept the gold sovereigns in this box, but they died and left the gold sovereigns there. Well, within minutes, 30 minutes, the police is there, the army's there. Shortly after that, the newspaper, BBC, is there. I'm all over the newspapers of the United Kingdom. I'm on the TV. I'm a celebrity, right? There's pictures of me, and anyway.
What happened to the gold?
Well, see, I knew even as a young boy, if the police or the army get their hands in this money, I'll never see it. So I knew even then, I've got to distribute this. And before they got there, I had distributed or hidden all of the money. And no matter how many times throughout the next couple of weeks, they interrogated me, they threatened me. I mean, I was going to be in jail the rest of my life, and my mom and dad were going to go in jail too if I don't tell them what I did with this.
Yeah.
I knew that was all nonsense, and they're not going to crack me. Never will they crack me.
And you're like 8 years old?
8 years old. And so they never got it. They never got one single gold coin. But my aunts and uncles and cousins did. And I like to say there's shops along the Shankill Road called Stevenson, you know. A bakery shop, a fruit and veg shop. But I like to say jokingly that I single-handedly stimulated my own local economy back in 1969.
And that's what this
That's what it is, yeah.
So
So that covered up a mural of the AK-47s.
Wow. And
because
did you have this commissioned? Oh.
No, about 20 years ago, I had been working with Parliament as a result of meeting with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton opened up the doors of the Northern Irish Parliament, the Assembly, for me to go in and do some work.
Mm.
And one of the things I said was, we are not going to change the next generation of young people in these areas if while they're growing up, going to school, they're going to see these types of murals. Something needs to be done, because history's just going to repeat itself, you know. They're glorifying terrorists. It was one summer 20 years ago, I was there with the graduate team, and I was giving them a tour of my neighborhood, and I saw these men with a van, and they're painting over this mural. Now, these murals stay for decades. You don't touch them. You don't vandalize them.
Mm.
They're well, you know, they're
Kind of
protected.
almost a kind of a
Yeah.
stained glass.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
historical stories and things.
A poor man's stained glass window. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went over and I talked to them. I said, one thing struck me right away is that these were artists from Dublin.
Mm.
It's Dublin. These are Catholics from Dublin.
Is that safe for them to be where they were?
No, but that's significant that they got permission.
Mm.
So that's the Shankill Road saying, okay, we want to clean the place up. We want a better future for our kids. So okay, let's take that really bad mural down and let's put something up in its place that tells the story, a good story, a positive story about our neighborhood. And let's reach the hand of friendship across the border. And this is huge.
Mm.
So I asked these gentlemen, what are you replacing it with? And they said, well, there's a story about some kid who found a pot of gold, you know, and it's a typical, you know, leprechaun story, but people in this community really believe it.
Yeah.
And then there's some that said, oh, it was just an old yarn that some old man spun. But we have the newspaper article. And I said, you do? And I said, could I see the newspaper article?
Mm.
And they showed it to me. They went to the newspaper and went into the archives and found it. And it starts, wee Billy Stevenson, age 7. I was 7 years old.
Wow.
And when I told them that I'm the Billy Stevenson, they honestly, they were jumping up and down, you know, so excited, but it's not true. We can't, you know, it's not true. I said, well, if I showed you my passport? Because I had my passport on me. And I showed it to them, and they were just blown away. Well, the next thing I know, the Lord Mayor called me and said, we want you for the unveiling.
Wow.
So this here, again, is so unusual. I could not have scripted this or commissioned this.
Wow.
But this mural, I think, was designed by God the Almighty, because of it, I am now going into the public schools in my neighborhood to tell them the story of that gold rush in 1969.